This video is brought to you by Cluster Fix. We do a variety of automotive electronic repairs, and today we're going to demonstrate the removal of an instrument cluster from a 2000 Ford Windstar. These are similar from 99 to 03, and they'll experience problems where the gauges will become inoperative or maybe erratic, and maybe false warning lights coming off and on. Another one of the problems is the tack will sweep all the way over and get stuck in the gear shift indicator. Those are things that we repair. This is a video just to show you how to get it out. And we've already taken this one out and repaired it, installed it, and so all these clips and bolts and everything are loose, so it'll make the video go a little quicker. But you'll basically need three kinds of tools. I'm using a T15 Torx driver. I'm using a 7mm nut driver. You can use a socket and extension, and also a trim panel pry tool may come in handy if you don't have that. You can get it at an auto parts store or use a butter knife. So what we're going to do first is pop the two trim pieces off that are on either side of the steering column. These are just held in by clips. And there's one over here on the other end. You won't be able to see it there, but it pops out the same way. You don't need to totally remove the wires. You can, just letting it dangle there. There will be 4 screws, 7mm screws that hold this trim panel on. There will be one right here, one on directly the other side of that, and 2 up inside, up above the steering column there. So I've already got those out, and the next thing you'll need to do is turn the key on, so you can remove the gear shift down, and then from there you can use this trim panel tool. This one's already loose, like I said. You can get it in there and make your way around to loosen it up, and you'll pull the vents out with it. They can be a little tight, but you can carefully get it out of there, and you can also use the hole underneath this one to help guide it back in when you're going back in with it. So it'll take a little bit to get it out of there, but you just, if you're careful with it and maneuver it around, you can find your way out with it. So got this out of the way, move that out of the way. And the next thing to do, there's 2 ways to do this. There's this shift indicator here that needs to come out, and you can either remove the knee bolster here by just popping it out. There's clips that hold this in, and then there's some more screws that hold this metal plate on. I'm not going to show you that way. You can do it that way, or if you have a flexible extension, there's a 5.5mm bolt down through here that you can take the bolt out that holds the end of the shift cable there, and then you just pop off the cable from the attachment here. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to remove the lens, which there's going to be like 4 screws down here and like 3 up top here, and that's what the T15 Torx is for. So that's another way to do it, and that's how I've done it on this model. And so I've removed the lens, removed the screws already, and it just takes a little bit to get the lens out by pulling up on the dash pad here, and from there I'm able to remove the lens. And you might have to push the steering column shroud down a little bit. And I've already got the 4 screws out that hold this cluster in. There's these 7mm screws. There's 2 on each end, and I've already taken those out, so the cluster's loose in there. And that kind of helps you to be able to move this around a little bit too. It's a little tight in there, but if you're careful, you can get it out of there. You just gotta make room for it. So now that that's out, the gear shift indicator right here, what you'll find is the tack will flip around and it'll get bent or broke off by moving your gear shift around. Once it's repaired, it will stop doing that. And there's just two little clips that you release, and you can pull that out of the way. That'll save you from taking it off down there and possibly breaking it. And then I just move this out of the way carefully, tuck it over here so it's all out of the way. So the next thing you can do is you just tilt the cluster up like that, and I'm not going to unplug it again, but there's 3 connectors on the back side, and you just reach around right underneath with your hand, and the release clips are on the top side of the cluster. So these 3 connectors sit side by side. You pop it and pull it loose. You can see I got one off there, and you do the other 2 the same as that. And once you do that, the cluster's out, and to put it back in, just carefully install everything in a reverse order that you took it out in. If you want to send yours in for service, you can give us a call at 509-366-9009. You can also visit us on our website where you can place orders and view the repairs that we do, which is www.clusterfix.com. Thank you.